Hello. I'm going to start my video. Hi. It's so nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for attending today. I'm super excited about this one. It's so awesome. Really, it's going to be so awesome. So today our topic is all about laptop livelihood. So I'm just going to jump straight into it because it is quite exciting. So for those of you who don't know, I've decided to do a challenge throughout July. And the challenge is all about the laptop livelihood. Hi, Bossy, welcome. And it's going to be like a little mixture of different things, but I've kind of come up with a process, which is probably the most expedient process I can possibly think of in order for you to create a habit to then create a kind of manifestation in your life of whatever it is you want. And when I was putting this together, you know, I was looking at all the different areas that people contact me about, all the things that people require help with and support with and things like that. And I came up with three main areas. And the first area, hi Hannah, Hannah's coming in. The first area that I wanted to focus on, there's three areas I wanted to focus on. The first was well-being, which is your health, your general overall feeling of wellness, as in I'm feeling really good today, like not linked to anything else, not linked to I'm feeling good today because a client paid me, or I'm feeling good today because an inquiry just came in. Hi, Camille. But it's more about like I'm feeling good today because I'm just feeling good. So that's well-being. So the first area about the challenge is well-being. The second area is about abundance. This is the second biggest thing that people face in terms of challenges, in terms of like, how do I feel abundant? How do I feel I've got something when in actual fact I feel like I'm lacking? So this is the second area that I wanted to focus on. The people who feel like they want to feel abundant, but they're also feeling like they're lacking in something. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Karen. Welcome if you just joined us. We are talking today about the laptop livelihood challenge, which I'm putting together. And we've currently said that we're focusing on three areas. The first is well-being. The second is abundance. And the third area that I want to focus on is business. Okay. So loads of synchronicities have been happening around this right now. And let me start off kind of by sharing those while people are still coming in. So I wanted to originally put together a bundle of different products from different people I knew in online business. And I contacted some people, and pretty much in the beginning, everyone was like, yeah, we're on board. Yeah, we want to do this. And then when it actually came to delivering the goods, I wasn't able, and this is, I don't know whether I call this my own learning process. I'm not going to say failure or disappointment. No, it was a learning process. My own learning process was when you ask people for specific things and to do specific things for you, that's where the challenge arises, where it goes from, yeah, I'm totally on board, I'm going to do this, to actually, oh, I've suddenly got to do some work. And to the point where I had a couple of meetings, like meetings with some really big people, where they were like, yes, I definitely want to do this, and I'm so on board, and this is great, and we can do this, and you can do this for us. But then it was all about them wanting to take, like, how do I explain this? So they were like, if we're doing a reciprocity thing, like a reciprocal thing, they were sending me a lot of stuff that they wanted me to do. And then when I was sending them the stuff that I wanted them to do, it was like tumbleweeds rolling across the screen. So I said to myself in the end, I'm not going to chase after this anymore, and I'm going to turn this into a challenge. And I decided at that point, when things were kind of turning and I wasn't really, you know, I knew I maybe had to pivot this. And sorry for everyone who's trying to keep up with me. I knew I maybe had to pivot this thing from being a kind of bundle of different products into more of a way for us to manifest what we want. Hi, everyone who just joined. So it's more into a way of how we manifest what we want. So at this point as well, during this point, when I was trying to put together this project, which I'm now launching right now, I also had a baby. So I'm also a brand new mom, and everyone's like, you're completely crazy to try and do this stuff while you're having a baby. And I know. So I was having a baby, and then also within a couple of weeks of me having a baby, it was also coming into my 40th birthday as well. So I felt like that was a kind of milestone. I don't know, a lot has been happening really with all this thing. And then I started thinking about a question actually that came from my mum. And I hadn't done anything like this for a long time. And I decided to challenge myself during this time. And this is what happened. So I started off with this idea that I was going to put a bundle together and all these amazing people were going to come and join me, and they all agreed to it. Like a lot of people agreed to it. And then when I actually needed the stuff for these people who were joining, I couldn't get them to commit. I couldn't get them to actually deliver to me what I needed to deliver. And then it became about having meetings with them and what I could give to them and what I could do for them. And then that wasn't how I wanted this to roll. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to have my baby now, you know, pop that one out. Then it went on to 2 weeks' time. It's my 40th birthday. And on my 40th birthday, my mum, bless her, sent me some money. And she said to me, it wasn't a great deal of money, but she said to me, you know, I don't come from a rich family, but she said to me, Michelle, I really want you to think of something that you really, really want that you would never buy for yourself. And she said to me, I want you to buy something with this money that you would never buy for yourself that you really, really want. So I was like, And I thought, and I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of anything that I really, really wanted that I couldn't buy for myself. Until I woke up one night from my bed and I thought to myself, God, I would definitely want that, but would never buy it for myself. And it was a car. It was a car that I had in England for years. I was obsessed with them. It was a Volkswagen Beetle car. And basically what happened was I had Volkswagen Beetles in England until I left England. And then once I became a nomad and I started to travel and I started to move around a lot, I decided that wasn't very practical because I didn't want to be buying, selling these cars because I was moving around. And also I had children. I don't know whether you've actually been inside a Volkswagen Beetle, but they're extremely tiny. And there's no real space for anything. There's no real space for legs, shopping, that type of thing. So when I had a baby, I sort of kind of put all that on hold. And I thought to myself, well, I'm 40 now and I've kind of settled where I am, you know, and I'm in Egypt, which is where I want to be. I have no plans to leave here on a permanent basis anymore. Whereas before I was every couple of years or every year, I was moving around countries. And I thought to myself, I'd probably, the only thing I think of is probably a Beetle. Like I'm in a perfect situation now where I'm at the point where I've got another car, by the way. I've got like a normal car, shall we say. And it's a family car and I throw my kids around in that car and things like that. But I thought to myself, the only thing I think of that I would really love for myself that I wouldn't buy for myself because it's not practical, you know, I've got my other car and things like that, was a Volkswagen Beetle. And I didn't do anything beyond that. Like I woke up with a thought Like, I don't know whether it came from a dream, whatever, but that was my thought. The only thing I could literally think of that I wouldn't buy for myself, that I would absolutely love, was this crappy old car that everyone thinks I'm insane for loving. By the way, and whenever I say to people, oh, I really want to box something, they're like, why would you want that? It always breaks down, it always, you know. But that's the only thing I can think of, and I didn't say anything to anyone. And my 40th birthday came and went, and this little bit of money was sitting in the bank account, and I still couldn't think of anything else. And then one day my partner came to me and said, I saw this today and I thought you might like it. What do you think? And he showed me a picture of a Volkswagen Beetle. And I said, oh, that's really weird. I said, yeah, you know, I like bugs. I like beetles, but you know, I don't want to spend the money on it. And he's like, well, how about I pay for some of it and you pay for the rest of it? So then I kind of like challenged myself a little bit on the manifestation process. And then I'm like, well, okay, well, I have a little bit of money that I could contribute towards it, but it's not enough to pay for it. So I'm going to wait. Then I said, but how about we go and take a look at it? So he said, fine, no problem. So we went and looked at this car. It was amazing. It was just, so I went into the car and I tried to get it down to the price where my partner said he would contribute and the little bit of money from my mum, but the guy said no. So I said, fine, no problem. Like, I'm out. And then another person came to me and said, oh, because I told my mum about the bug and I said, look, if I get the money together, I will buy the bug. Not that I didn't have the money, but you know, it's like it's a project here, manifestation project. So between the money that my mum put towards it and the money my partner put towards it, my stepdad then came and said, do you know what? I would love to give you the rest of this money to buy this car. And I went, okay, done. So I was able to manifest this car literally from a thought process that I came up with one night after a dream. My mum was adamant, like, I don't want you to spend it on something that you would put money towards yourself on, that you would buy something for yourself on. So I took that as a challenge. And suddenly 2 weeks after my 40th birthday, this car appeared. And for those of you who haven't seen it, maybe I can share a picture of it here. So I don't know whether you guys, can you see that? That is my car. And I didn't pay anything for it. That was the only thing I could think of that I wanted. So then I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm a little bit rusty sometimes on this manifestation thing because, you know, like life gets in the way. You're constantly thinking about what you have to do and your work and things like that. And that was the first fun thing I'd done in a long time. It was fun for me, like super, super fun. So then I thought to myself, well, and I already had this idea before about this challenge that I wanted to do about how to manifest things in your life and how to get what you want. And it's really all about habit forming. So anyway, that's my car. Just thought I'd introduce you to my car. And I can't see now where to close this. Okay. So I decided that I was going to pivot this bundle because I already had a few contributors, and I was going to pivot this bundle into a challenge to help you guys form a habit that will help you to also manifest anything you want or create anything you want. But also I had to think about a new challenge for myself as well, because I'd just done that one and then I need a new one. So I wanted to think about one that I could do with you, which I did. So I put together a program of something that I did or I have done in the past, and I've done many, many times, on how to manifest. Now, for those of you not aware about manifestation, it's about creating something that you want to become a reality in your life that you don't necessarily know how you're going to get. And my criteria was I was going to create this car. It may or may not happen, and I was okay with that. I was cool with that. And it did happen, and I didn't pay for it. So the criteria for me was, I want to create something in my life. I want it to be this, but I don't want to have to pay for it myself, because that's the criteria of the manifestation. And a lot of people, when they try and manifest anything in terms of bring something into their conscious, bring something into their reality, sometimes people are very much focused on how it's going to happen. And that's where it kind of all breaks down. Because if I was thinking to myself, okay, well, I'm going to create this beetle, and then I need to come up with the money and buy it myself. Because like my mum gave me a little bit of money, and then I had no car, and, you know, what else am I going to do? You know, if I was going to try and control it that way, it wouldn't necessarily have happened in the way it did. So this is one thing that we have to think about when we're going to start the manifestation process, is how we're going to get out of our own way so we don't try and suddenly control how we're going to do it. And I was telling my mom about this after I found the car and got the car and everything. I was saying this to my mom, and she's like, well, this wasn't a manifestation because we all got together and we kind of all got this for you. And I'm like, well, that is the manifestation. That is what it was all about. I never asked you, any of you, for the money. I never asked any of you for the car. I never asked the guy who was selling the car to sell the car. I never asked the person who showed me the car that I wanted this car. I never told them that I wanted this car. You know, so it became like this weird kind of like, actually, this is a manifestation because I never asked any of you directly to put this car on my driveway. And this car is on my driveway right now. And I didn't actually ask for any of it. That's a manifestation. Okay? That is a manifestation. When the only person that you ask, or the only thing you ask, is your higher self and the universe. And you do it through thinking about what you want, and it comes. But the stumbling block within this whole thing, because it doesn't just work like you think about what you want and it comes, is our belief system. Our belief system prevents the manifestation from happening. So for me, I kind of manifested a lot in my life. And for me, that was more of a game. And I didn't know whether it was going to occur after 1 month. I knew I was going to keep that money there and sitting there that my mum gave me, which was a very small fraction of what I needed. And I could have waited for a year if it meant that, or 18 months or 2 years. I was going to keep that money there, and I was going to wait for my manifestation. Fortunately, it happened in like a couple of weeks. So that's nice. But I didn't ever think about the how that would happen. I never planned, I've got to make this money, I've got to get this number of clients in order to make this amount of money, in order to do this, in order to do this. I never planned out how it was going to happen. I just knew that it was, because I've done this kind of stuff before. And I knew that my belief system was programmed in such a way that it could happen, and it could happen anytime, and it was going to happen at the right time. And I was completely detached from it. And that is what manifestation is all about. And there's one kind of thought process that I want to share with you that's obviously not part of the challenge, but I want to share with you right now, is that never think about things or tell yourself things that you don't want to be true in any area of your life. If you sit there in front of the mirror and you're not happy with how you look, and you say, oh my God, I feel like so frumpy right now. I look so fat in this dress. Don't tell yourself those things unless you absolutely want them to be true. Okay. So if you think to yourself, well, I really want this thing, but I can't afford it, there's no way it's going to happen, that's not going to happen anytime soon, anything like this. Unless you want that to be true, unless you want that to be a reality, and you want to struggle for it, and you want to strive for it, and you want to, tell yourself those things. But if you don't want those things to be true, don't tell yourself those things. So my challenge is to put together something that you can do with me, because there's something I really struggle with in this area. And this is why I decided to put myself out and be very vulnerable with it and do it with you. There's something I really struggle with in this area, and I'm kind of up and down with it all the time. And that's how I look and what I think about myself when I look in the mirror. Somehow I am really unable to just accept or tell myself something different other than I don't look how I want to look. This is really the only thing I struggle with. Manifesting cars, manifesting money, manifesting this, that, and the other. Okay, it's cool. But when I look at myself in the mirror and I say I just don't look how I want to look, and I'm this and I'm that and I'm the other, it's really hard for me. So I decided to take on this challenge in the well-being area. But also there are other challenges that you can take within this program that I put together in terms of business and in terms of abundance as well. And abundance is something I might do too. So how it's going to work is this. Let me share the screen with you. Oh, we've got some chats as well. Let me look at these. Megan says she loves Beatles and my car is cute. Hannah, thank you so much. And she said it's a beauty. And yes, where's Martha when you need her? Martha is like, I taught her how to manifest and she just goes for it and does it. And she's just amazing and gets everything she wants. She's got computers, all from this process. It's crazy. Computers and money and flights and trips to Vegas. And you would not believe what this woman manifests. And I'm like, oh my God, like, why can't I do what you do? But it's all down to belief system. So Martha, if you're actually listening to the replay, you're amazing. So I'm going to share now another screen, which I'm going to do to take you through this laptop livelihood challenge. In case you want to join. If you want to join, fine. If you don't want to join, that's also fine. But to me, this is very, very close to my heart. This is actually something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, but never felt I had the opportunity until now. So I actually truly feel that this is something that I need to share with you. And there's a very, very interesting thing that occurred as well, because I love to talk about flow as well as manifestation. Flow is about living in the flow of life, about following intuition, about moving forward in different directions based on not what you rigidly connect yourself to in that moment and then say you got to do, but more about how to kind of just fluidly go through life following whatever thought process and pattern occurs to you. Sorry if this stuff is a little bit woo-woo, but this is how it works. So I'm going to share the screen with you. Okay, so I've come up with this challenge that I wanted to do with you guys, actively do with you guys, actively share with you guys. Hope you can see my screen. You should be able to see my screen. If you can, just say yes. Okay, excellent. So the whole of July, we're going to put together this challenge. It's supposed to be a minimum of 30 days long, because always, whenever I've done affirmations or anything like that to change my habits and beliefs, I've always done it for a minimum of 30 days. I start to feel changes and see changes after, I would say, maybe around 7 to 10 days, but they're not fully ingrained yet. So that's why we do 30 days. And it's all about well-being, abundance, and business, the ones I've put together for you. And basically, I want you to come in this challenge with me, starting the 1st of July when we have a welcome call, where I take you through all the system and all the preparation work you have to do, which is very, very small. and all the things you have to do on the schedule, which is very, very small, 10 minutes a day minimum. And then basically I show you how to start moving into a space where you're going to start creating more manifestations of what you want in either the area of well-being, abundance, or business. So that just says join me on today's call. So basically, again, just to reiterate, I've just had my 40th birthday. I've just had my 4th child. Ironically, in the 4th month, weighing 4 kilos, and the 4th month weighing 4 kilos, and my 4th child. So I like to look at all these things as signs, as synchronicities. Some people think I'm crazy, other people don't. So I hope you're not one of them that thinks I'm crazy, but you might be, and that's okay. So I decided to share with you this process I do to kind of adjust my beliefs in order to be able to create things in my life that I want to be in my life, and uncreate things that I don't want, because sometimes I create things I don't want and then I have to backtrack and think, well, actually, yeah, that was me that did that. So you need about 10 minutes a day. I would say 15 to 30 is better, but you can do it in a minimum of 10 minutes a day. And what happens is you come and join the Facebook group, my Facebook group. So once you join the challenge, you get access to the Facebook group. And you also get access to the welcome call on July 1st, which goes through everything that's going to occur in the challenge over the 30 days. And really don't worry about so much about planning this. What I want you to do is manifest, or change a habit to manifest, in 30 days of completely normal life, where things occur, where things happen, where you've got things to do. Even me, during this challenge, during these 30 days, which I've committed to doing with you, I have to go to a wedding. I have to also go away from my home on holiday for about 10 days. And it's not really a holiday. It's kind of like going into a very remote place with hardly any internet connection, and just hoping that I can connect with you guys during those 10 days. And, you know, a lot of things are going to happen during these 30 days for me, because there is never a single set period of 30 days in my life where something isn't adjusting, changing, moving, happening, you know, that type of thing. And I think a lot of people kind of wait for life, because they say, okay, well, I'll do that next month, or I'll do that after this event happens, or I'll do that when this happens. And I'll just, you know, to be ready, to prepare, to be better. It never happens. Never happens. So there is no time like today. There is no day like the present, shall we say. And if you're going to start anything like this, there is no better way or time to start than today, although we are starting on the 1st of July. So join the Facebook group, and then we'll have the welcome call on the 1st of July. And I'm going to take you through all this process that will require a minimum 10 minutes a day from you. Then we have the results call on August 3rd, because I also want to make sure this is measurable for you. And if you really commit, you will be able to see really rapid results as you go through this process. Like I say, I start to see things change in my life around 7 to 10 days of doing this exact process or formula that I'm going to work through with you. But by the end of 30 days, it becomes like a complete lifestyle shift. Like, it becomes effortless. While I'm doing it during this month, like maybe around 70 days, 2 weeks, it still requires effort, but the effort is minimal because it's like 10 minutes a day. And often I say to people who I challenge, you know, in my coaching and things like that to do this, I say to people, like, if you can't manage to commit to 10 minutes a day, then how are you going to manage to commit to a thriving, successful business that's going to require your time and your energy and your effort on a constant basis? Because there's no completely effortless business. There is, in fact, no business that only takes 10 minutes a day, in my opinion. Maybe someone's come up with it, but I haven't found it. Even the 4-hour work week guy admits he did work more than 4 hours, but it didn't feel like work. So what I'm saying is, if you can't commit to 10 minutes a day right now, this absolutely is not for you. But if you are able to commit to 10 minutes a day, minimum, up to 30, then you could achieve some really incredible life-changing circumstances if you can just get this down and get this solid. So 1st of July is our welcome call. 3rd of August is our results call, because if we're doing our welcome call on the 1st of July, that'll take us through to around the 2nd of August. And then by 3rd of August, we all would have done this process together completely for more than 30 days. So inside the challenge, I give you everything that's required to prepare yourself for this challenge. It requires answering some questions, getting some prep work done. Doesn't take that long to prepare yourself. I'm thinking maybe 30, 45 minutes, something like that, just to kind of like establish what it is you want to get out of this challenge. Then we go into the schedule. Now, the schedule is what takes between 10 and 30 minutes a day, depending on what you decide to do within that schedule. So I give you an option that requires only 10 minutes a day, and I give you an option that can go up to 30 minutes a day in the schedule. And again, if you're feeling like you're not someone who's like super committing to this stuff, then you can do it in the morning, you can do it at the night, you can do it any time in the day, but it's probably best if you commit, like, I'm going to do my 10 minutes in this part of the day, or at the end of the day, or in the first thing in the morning, or whatever. And don't forget, I'm going to do this with you. Then we also have an area inside the Facebook group for communal journaling. So that's where you kind of share your experiences, you share what's going on. And my commitment to you is that I'm going to share what's going on every day through there. So it may be sometimes I do a video. If I've had a massive breakthrough, a massive inspired moment or inspired thought, or if something really comes to me that I want to really vocalize and share with you, I'm going to do it on a live video. Otherwise, I might just do it on a post. We are going to go through certain processes as part of the schedule that I want you to do on a daily basis. And I give you also ideas of things that you could potentially share publicly as well in that group. So that's where the communal journaling comes in. It's about collaboration and sharing, motivating each other, supporting each other throughout this process and throughout this 30 days. All we need is 30 days to create the habit that we want in order to move forward and change a certain area of life that we're struggling with. Then I'm going to give you 15 life-changing questions. Those come at the beginning of the process, and those kind of shape how you're going to move forward. Then I also do the 15 mind shifting affirmations. We're going to do 5 for each area, which is well-being, abundance, and business. And you can either choose 1 affirmation just, or you can choose up to 3 affirmations, 1 for each area. Or you can just do 2 affirmations, 1 for each area of the 3 areas that you decide to work on. But the affirmations are super important, and they are half of the process that we're going to go through. Also, if you don't like the affirmations that I've put in there, which cover a range of different things, you can also just choose your own affirmation if that's what you want. Then I'm going to give you 30 daily reflections. And in those daily reflections, I want you to answer 1 every single day. So there's no order for these. Like whatever you're feeling, whatever comes up that day, you can sit there and think, that's the one I want to answer today. If there are certain reflections that you cannot answer, then you're going to identify the holes or the areas in your life that are lacking that you need to focus on or work on a little bit more. So the affirmations is something that you're going to focus on in order towards what you're going to achieve. And then the daily reflections is something to focus on in order to show you what areas of your life tend to be more dominant than the others, or what thought processes tend to be more dominant than the others. And that is also a really good exercise. which we tend to focus on more on the results call than we do on the welcome call. Then I also included a music playlist in there, which will be revealed as part of the process. And then, because this was originally a bundle, we have some additional products from additional people, wonderful people that are part of my circle, that they've included in there for you. All of these have a monetary value. So I'm going to start with the first one, with Seriously Successful Services. Now, I tell you something, I was going to originally include this in the bundle. So when this was going to be just products and nothing else, just products, and there was no challenge, there was no sharing of any of this, I was going to include this program. And then when I decided to pivot it into a challenge, I thought, okay, well, I'll take this program out. And then this morning I got an email from a lady who said, I wanted to thank you for the Seriously Successful Services course I attended at the beginning of the year. I used the information you taught us and found my first 3 clients. I am working the hours I want and I'm happy. So when I read that, I thought, oh, that's really weird that that's come through today, because that's on the day that I actually took out this product from my challenge. And then I went about my day, and then somebody just came to me and said, again, in the same day, in another email, I just came across your Seriously Successful Services course, and I really want to take part in it or purchase it. How do I get access to this course? And this course has been closed since January. So I decided to put it back in because I figured there's somebody out there right now who needs this course, because there are signs that I'm following right now from the universe. And my dog is also really badly barking right now, which he's also really on board with this, that tell me somebody needs this. I was selling it for £297 originally. People took it. Megan says you listen to the universe. Speak up. Yes. Suddenly you just started barking. Yeah, so I decided, oh my God, somebody who's going to see this and take this needs this course, because they maybe want to also achieve the same results that this wonderful lady achieved when she first took it. And also it could be to do with the fact that this other person said they wanted to access it but couldn't because enrollment was closed. So I added it back in. This is a value of £297, and I think also the value speaks for itself based on that feedback today. Then there are 3 other products that you're going to get access to when you join this challenge. So the first is from my wonderful friend, colleague, supports everything, love her to bits, Megan Dixon. The second is Location Indie, who Trav and Jason have been friends for years, love them to death. They've got a very successful business in teaching people how to be location independent. And the third is from Zest, who are 2 of my coaching clients who have gone from literally when I started working with them in my coaching program, they took 12 calls with me. By the end of the 12 calls, which was really incredible, they'd taken on so many new clients. They had created a product for themselves. They started teaching. It was just amazing to see their growth. And then in the end, I said to them, hey, do you want to put my product in with the bundle? So it went from somebody I work with so closely, my best friend, Megan, to Location Indie, very successful multi-6-figure company, doing launches, helping people to become location independent, embrace the laptop lifestyle, to colleagues of mine who I've coached and trained, and they just rapidly grew their business through my coaching and have now created a product for themselves. So Course Creation Bootcamp is £139 value. Side Hustle Success, £39 value, and How to Get Started as a virtual business virtual assistant is £195 value, and that's also included inside this challenge. And just so you know, the challenge itself is £47. So based on just the bonuses alone, you're getting massive value, and that does not include the actual challenge that we've put together and that I've put together for you in addition to that. So that is the Laptop Livelihood Challenge. And if you want to come join me, you are more than welcome. And Megan is here. I'm just going to stop screen sharing. By the way, if you want to join this challenge, it's virtualmissfriday.com/challenge. So you can come and join it now. I'm just going to stop sharing. I'm going to put that link in the chat box. And I'm just going to invite Megan, because Megan's worked with me for years. She's seen me go through, like, I've been doing this business for 16 years. I'm sure Megan's been in there for more than 10, I think. So like for me, Megan is not just my best friend. She's also somebody I've worked with for a very, very long time. And also I've seen Megan go from where she was when she first came to me and said, oh, I'm thinking about becoming a virtual assistant. I want to start a business. And, you know, she joined my very, very basic program back then, ended up working with me, ended up building an incredible business for herself, ended up going into product sales from it as well. Now she's contributed. So Megan, maybe you can come and just tell us about what you've decided to contribute to this challenge.
Sure. So I have several products right now that I offer, but the reason I picked the Course Creation Bootcamp, and Susan actually can speak to this too, because she's been in the program. This was originally a kind of intended to be kind of sort of like your seriously successful coaching. It kind of was intended to be a little bit of a one-off. There was some recorded calls with the people that participated, but then which those calls are still like the kickoff call and the wrap-up call, those are still pre-recorded in the program. But the program itself has several modules, and it's all about taking an idea, or if you want to create a course and you don't have an idea, it talks about and coaches you through how to pick that idea, not just that, but then how do you determine whether your idea is profitable? Because there's a lot of people like, hey, Megan, I want to create a course. I like XYZ. And it might not be something, it might be something you're interested in, but that doesn't necessarily mean other people are interested in purchasing or going about the route of taking that course. So we don't want to put a bunch of effort into something that is not going to generate a lot of interest. And, you know, because that's what ends up happening. Sometimes people will create very niche courses and then they're like, well, I'm not seeing sales. Now, that's not to say you can't work within a niche. The other thing is I talk about the mindset of experience, because that's a big thing too with courses, because people are like, well, you know, I'm not an expert in X. Well, you don't have to have years and years of experience. Even if it's something not related to business, and I use this example a lot for whatever reason, but people that maybe have a VA business, but they're interested in knitting, right? Let's just say knitting. You don't have to be like a knitting instructor or anything like that, but you could still put, based on your personal experience of knitting yourself, you could still take that personal experience and bring it to the table and put a course together. So it kind of goes through that, but then it also goes into how you bring those materials together, how you can pre-launch, how you can, you know, there's two/3 different options on how you actually put the course together. It's not just for people that want to create a module-based course, but also somebody that wants to create a digital product. I talk about lead generation through opt-in pages and like lead magnets. So it's very comprehensive. And then I even go through like step-by-step, click-by-click tutorials in there on how to use different technology or how to put some of the materials together. So you're not going in totally blind. You're getting like exactly the process and the format and everything that I use for not just myself, but for my clients. I don't know if you want to say anything about it, Susan, but that's kind of what the course is about. And the reason I picked it, getting back to that in the very big thing that I said in the beginning, is because I think it's a good way to diversify your business. A lot of people are, you know, it's good to be a VA and trade your time for money. Don't get me wrong, but it's another way to grow the business with that abundance without like, you know, totally killing yourself, you know, trying to get clients, trying to service clients, trying to put in the hours. So it's a really great way to diversify your income and leverage your time.
Yeah, I put a comment in the chat. It's really thorough. I mean, there's so much good information, and I had already started working on you know, my course, and there were so many things that I never thought of, and so many great tips that it was just excellent information. So it was really good.
Thank you so much, Susan.
So much, yeah. And also, like, this whole challenge is obviously laptop livelihood. My focus is online business. I started my online business because it was going to allow me to have kids, be at home with my kids, but more primarily about travel, about freedom, about that type of thing. And, you know, obviously through these products that we're introducing in the laptop livelihood bundle, the laptop livelihood challenge itself is about creating and developing that mindset that is going to help you to achieve or get what you want. But the products that go with it, also, I'm going to explain this a little bit more on the welcome call about how they work with the laptop livelihood challenge. But the products that go with it are really kind of designed to help you create a focus on something that you want to do. So, for example, we've got one which tells you how to start up a virtual assistant business from scratch. And it's from 2 ladies that I've worked with coaching. It's the first time I've ever done dual coaching where I've worked with 2 ladies at the same time because they want to work on the same business. And it's just been really amazing to work with them, see them grow. And they're also going to start moving and expanding into products and programs that are about working with partners and working with other VAs in order to develop your business quicker, which is pretty amazing. So they've got like a startup, how to become a VA, and they're doing really, really well right now in terms of the clients that they're generating and how they're shaping their business and how they want to move forward. Then there is my Seriously Successful Services, which is about putting together a package and then promoting that and just getting clients in on that one package, whatever it is that you want to do, which is kind of like a really expedient way to kind of just start. I work with a lot of people who say to me, oh, I've been trying to start this business for a year now or 2 years now sometimes. I actually had a woman who'd been trying to start it for 11 years. 11 years. Yeah. So I was like, how? And I really wanted to put something together that someone could take and just do it straight away, right now, no waiting, no thinking. And that was what was my Seriously Successful Services. And actually, I remember this woman who who sent me that email this morning. And she was one who was just kind of like in the process of like, well, you know, like this is something I really want to do and I'm interested in it. And I just came across this and I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to take this course and see where it takes me. And already now, this was in January, already now by June, she's got 3 clients working the hours that she wants to work, doing what she wants to do. You know, so it's really all about application. Get out of your own way, but it's not always easy to do that. And I know that. Because a lot of people get bogged down so much in, is it the right time? Am I doing the right thing? Does it have to be perfect? Do I have to get my website right? Do I, you know, I can't really put this out to people yet because of this, you know, excuse and this excuse, and they are excuses that we make, you know, and when you just say, oh, I'm going to throw myself into this and see what happens, imagine what you could potentially do. And that's what this woman did who sent me that email. She just took this course, did it, followed everything, and then in June she's got 3 clients, she's doing what she loves, and she's working the hours that she wants to work. Bam. It doesn't take years, people. It doesn't. So maybe it's just the right kind of education, but also the right kind of mindset that we need to get you guys in. And, you know, and the other products, so we've got Seriously Successful Services, we've got Megan's product creation. Product creation to me is about whatever skills that you have, share them. use that as a way to develop your business and generate income. Share your skills, what you already have. You don't need to be the most successful virtual assistant or the most successful entrepreneur or something like that to start sharing your skills, because the skills have no impact, no relevance to how successful you are as an entrepreneur. They're skills, you know, and if you know something that somebody else doesn't, then why not share it with them, and why not tell them about it, and why not show them how to do it, because it could be really super useful for them. Then the last one is from Location Indie. It's about side hustles. So this is about, like, if you have a job, if you have a career already, if you're thinking about getting your feet wet in this industry, their Side Hustle Success Challenge is perfect for that, because it's all about like creating something on the side. It's about doing something that you know could potentially go one way or the other. You don't want to kind of do too much, invest too much, but you want to see if it's going to work for you. That's where Location Indie comes in. So we cover a lot of areas in relation to business inside this challenge. My challenge to you, and my challenge for myself, is to get the mindset on par. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to be doing for my challenge in there, which I'm going to be sharing with you throughout these 30 days, because I want that to be a surprise. And I'll tell you on the 1st of July when I actually do my welcome call. So I'll tell you what I'm going to challenge myself to do. And it's a very, very big challenge. But what I challenge myself to do is something I'm going to reveal to you on the 1st of July. So I'm going to be doing something with you, alongside you, every day, contributing, sharing. And whatever you want to do is also fine. Whatever area you want to focus on, whatever you decide to do in the challenge. And we're going to look at that all on the 1st of July call. So if you decide to take this challenge, come and join me on the 1st of July call, where I'm going to kind of be getting you to start deciding what area you want to change in your life, what habit you want to develop in order to change a certain specific area in your life. So there is a question. Oh wait, Josiah said, feeling stuck and overwhelmed with so many information about starting an online business out there. Will this challenge help me get clarity? Yes, particularly if it's an online service business that you want to start. Okay, so my question for you, Josiah, is it like, do I want to start any business, or do I want to start an online service business? Do you have a skill already that you want to share? Do you have something already that you can do that other people need or want? That's my first question to you. If you're going to answer me, that would be awesome. Email copyright. Yeah. Okay, then yes. This will help you get clarity on where you're going to go, how you're going to do it, because you're going to have access to my Seriously Successful Services program within this. So that's going to help you put together your package for email copywriter. When you say aspiring, I'm assuming that you just love email copywriting, or you love copywriting, and you're not giving yourself permission to do that as a service because you don't think you've got anything formally qualifying you or any particular past experience or anything like that, which is a load of rubbish. If you love copywriting, okay, self-doubt, we all have it at some point or another. If you love copywriting, you've probably had some compliments, people saying, wow, that's really good. You've probably looked at some of your own stuff and thought, my God, this is really good. But you don't feel like you need to give yourself permission yet to just bring it to the world and call yourself an email copywriter, then this is going to help you. We're going to focus in on habit changing. I would definitely say that the business habit changing is probably the right one for you if you've got 10 minutes. If you've got 20 minutes, go for business and abundance as well, together, conjoined. So again, that's something I would share about how we go about that on July 1st on the call. But this is certainly, I think, that's going to help you move past that and move more into a place of, I absolutely give myself permission to go out there and do this because it's what's actually required in the world. Do you know how difficult it is to find email copywriters? good ones. See, Susie's nodding. Yes, we all know it. It's really, really hard. So if it's something that you absolutely love, I would way more want to hire you over the person that went to email copywriting school and just didn't have what it takes. You know, didn't love it, just thought that's something that people want. So I'll go and do that and see what comes out of it. No, I would absolutely more hire you. I even had this conversation with Megan earlier about, we were talking about hiring and somebody I was looking to hire within my own team. And she was asking me a lot of questions. And one of the questions was, do they need to have loads of experience? And I was like, absolutely not. No. I would definitely hire someone, the person who loved it more than I would hire someone, the person who just did it a lot more. So, Josiah says, got it. That's great. I'm glad that was helpful. So within this challenge, it starts July 1st. You've got until July 1st to decide if this is going to be the right challenge for you. I am going to be with you every single day. I'm going to do this challenge with you every single day. So you're going to hear from me. After 30 days, you're going to be sick of me in the Facebook group every single day on my mystery challenge that I'm not going to share with you until July 1st. But we're going to do this thing. And like I say, it's going to be a focus really around business, because a lot of people that come to me have challenges around business, have challenges around starting, getting motivated, finding clients, that type of thing. I want to help you in those areas, of course. But I also want to help you in other areas. That's why the well-being challenge is in there, for more like mental clarity, self-doubt, overwhelm, that type of thing. That's more associated with the well-being aspect of it. See my dog. I know you all can hear him. But also I just wanted to mention before we close off this call, and again I'll put the link, the link's in there already, but I'll put it in there again. But before we close this call, I was on a call with Hannah, because Hannah's in my coaching. She's here right now. Look, she's like, well, so she's waving. Hannah also agreed to do a challenge. Now, Hannah's going to be doing her own challenge. Like, there's something completely different to what I'm going to be doing. But the point is, we want to show you that how 30 days of focus can really help you achieve something. I'm really putting her on the spot right now, and she's going to be upset with me on the next call. But it's all about how, like, you don't need to do this challenge if you feel like there is something you can focus on. There is another area of existence out there that you think, oh, I like this person and they've done something similar and I could do something with them. Don't feel like you've got to be restricted to my 30-day challenge. You don't have to do that. But Hannah's got her own thing that she's going to be doing. And on the next monthly call that we're doing, which is on the 28th of July, she's also going to come in and say how things were for her own challenge. So while we're all in this challenge, she's also going to be doing her own challenge, and she's said that she's willing to be a guinea pig for me as well, to come in and share what's going on with her, what's happened, was she able to commit, was she not able to commit, did life happen, did other things come up, you know. And this is no pressure on anyone for perfection. This is about just going with the flow, doing, you know, seeing if it's something you need to commit to. And I always say, like, when I set myself these 30-day challenges, sometimes I don't do them. Like, I do them, but I miss a day, this comes up, maybe I miss a couple of days, maybe I didn't do this. And I think to myself always that is a really good learning experience, to know that whatever it was that I was challenging myself to do, I don't really care that much about it. So if I care that much about what I'm setting myself or I'm challenging myself to do in these 30 days, then you will see me show up and be in contact with you every day for the next 30 days. If I'm making excuses, life happened, I was traveling today, which I will be, I was attending a wedding today, which I will be, I was looking after my baby, which I will be every single day, you know, my newborn baby, then obviously I'm making excuses and I'm not committing. There really is no excuse to not commit 10 minutes a day of your life to this. So if you take it and you don't commit to it, you don't do it, then that just simply tells you that you don't care that much about what it is you say you care about. And that's pretty much where we're going to leave it. Winsilla, Winsilla, I haven't seen you on these calls since forever. Thank you for joining. I started the Video Apprentice a few years ago. Yes, hence my comment, but never completed it. At the time, I was working virtually with Mary Kay directors, doing their monthly newsletters and event flyers. Just so you know, Winsilla, I remember you. I quit that business as the industry at the time had a limited view of what a VA should be for paid services. I want to start back up as a VA service, but I'm not sure what to offer. Any suggestions? Do what you love. Think about what you love and do that. Josiah, I think, loves email copywriting. So she's going to go and create a business around that. So Winsilla, it's really about what floats your boat. What makes you want to get up in the morning, even if you weren't being paid for it? What makes you want to sit there at your desk and do something that you enjoy doing, just like the same as if you were enjoying watching a Netflix series on binge watch? Whatever it is that you love, that's the indicator that tells you this is what you should be doing and this is what you should be focusing on. She's an artist in real life. She says, I'm an artist in real life. How do I marry that as a VA? You work with artists. That's how you always marry your hobby or what you love to do as a VA, is you work with the people that do your hobby or do what you love to do. That is the simplest answer. So you think to yourself then, what can you do with artists? So if you love art, you love working as an artist, you're going to create instant rapport with them as a client, okay? Instant rapport. And the people that want to hire other people are the people who can create that rapport, who know and love what they do. For sure, if I'm going to hire someone for anything, like for example, if I'm hiring a childminder, I'm going to want to hire somebody who absolutely loves and adores working with kids. You know, I'm not going to hire someone who's qualified to work with kids. So really, it's about what you love to do, and then being able to talk to artists and say, I love what you do. I do it myself. I understand why you do it. I understand what it is you're doing. I understand how to talk to people who love art. Maybe you could potentially create an art website as a product and, you know, help people promote their artwork online through social media. You know, maybe you can create boutique websites for artists who, you know, like I teach a workshop that tells people how to create boutique websites. Maybe you can help people showcase their art. Maybe you can help people tell their art. Maybe you can be you know, like a public speaking VA or event VA and get people's art into exhibitions. You know, whatever it is that the artist would need in terms of support, help, figuring out where they could put their work, figuring out where they can showcase their work, figuring out how to, maybe you can become an Etsy shop person. How many artists have their work on Etsy, you know, who are selling it as prints and things like that? Maybe you can help people digitalize their work, if that was the case. There are so many concepts, ideas, things that you can come up with that will marry those two together. Oh, great answer. Thank you. Glad you liked it. Is this only for 30 days, including access to the bonuses? Access to the bonuses are forever. So you get that for forever. You do have to sign up within 6 months of joining. I suggest when you join, you just sign up for the bonuses straight away. But the challenge is for 30 days. So obviously I'm going to be with you personally in the group and everything for 30 days. But after the 30 days, you're on your own. We would have done this, hopefully. We would have created the habits that you require in order to manifest what the things that you want in your life, whether it's a business, a client, whatever. So yeah, so Josiah, I'm with you for 30 days on the challenge. You'll have access ongoing to the challenge area, by the way. So if you want to do this every single 30 days for the rest of your life, you're going to have all the information that you need in order to be able to do it. But you will also have access to all the other courses permanently. There's no limit or time limit to anything else. So you'll have access to my Seriously Successful Services and Megan's product creation, course, and also the Location Indie Side Hustle Success Challenge. It's all available to you ongoing. Yay. Okay, so I've totally gone 5 minutes over my time limit. I'm so sorry to keep you guys. I know you got busy lives and everything like that. Me too. But I just was so excited to share this with you today. So I really, really hope to see you inside the Laptop Livelihood Challenge. It's from July, the 1st of July. It's 30, more than 30 days of my life that I'm going to devote to you and supporting you and helping you. And literally, when you join the Facebook group, if you've got any issues, challenges, procrastination, we all love that one. If you're experiencing any of that, you've got to come talk to me, post. I'm going to also be doing live videos in there and all kinds of things. So just like, okay, well, you need me. Come, join. And Oshioma, I know you're already in as well, so thank you so much. It's great to see you. Remember, join before the 30th. 47 quid, and honestly, if I don't change your life, I'm going to eat my notebook if I don't change your life in these 30 days. So come join. Looking forward to seeing you there. July 1st is our first call, our welcome call, where I'm going to take you through the whole process of what we're going to be doing over the 30 days. Remember, minimum 10 minutes a day. I'm not doing a big ask. If you really, really want something in your life, is 10 minutes a day really that much of a commitment? I don't think so. Okay, so thank you so much. I'll see you on the challenge July 1st. And good luck to anyone. If you decide to just suddenly start doing affirmations for 30 days, or just kind of like journaling for 30 days, that's absolutely fine. Do whatever you can, but I would love to see you inside the group and inside the challenge as well. So thank you so much. Gonna sign off now because I'm super, super late. And bye. Love you guys. Take care. See you soon.